Next, constructor. Okay. Actually, constructor nothing but it is just like our method only, but it is special type of method. And also when you create object to any class, automatically this method it will invoke. Okay. How the constructor name and means what are the types and all we can go into cover here. See, actually constructor nothing but we are normally take one class, just like public. Class something class name. I am giving just like class A. Okay, in class A, assume it I have public void. Void, what is the meaning of void? It is return type. It is not return. Okay, void add. Okay, what we can call this one int A and int B input parameters. Okay, if you see suppose it is return A plus B. It is correct syntax. Here return statement is there. It is correct syntax or it will throw error? It will throw error. Why? Because here void means nothing but it will not return anything. But I am returning something. I given return. Return nothing but it try to return the data. That's why it will throw error. Okay, void nothing but here no return type. If I want to return the data, this method don't return anything. It will not return anything. If you want to return anything, just like we need to change what data type you are, just like int. Okay, this type of syntax is just keep in mind. Okay, okay. Now this is one class. I have one method. I want to use that method in some way. How to use some method? If I want to use same class also, I need to create instance for this class. So suppose I have here only main method. What I need to do? I need to create object or instance for first this class. Afterwards only I can access. I can access this method. Means I want to access any method, I need to create object. But if you are having static classes don't need to create object. By using directly class name, we can access. See, suppose I kept static means directly this class name dot that method I can access. Yesterday I explained the static. But here I need to create object definitely. Okay. Suppose my method is outside in one more class, just like public class B. Open brackets. Here my main method. Here I can access means here also I need to create object for this one I need to access. If you want to access any methods instead of any class, if you want to you need to create definitely object for that class. Okay, you clear that one? Now this is a method. If you want to invoke any method, we need to create object, we need to call it. How we can call? Just like how to create object class A obj equal to new class A. Now obj dot, when I press dot I can access my method at 10, 20.
It's called syntax class object.
Sorry? Yeah.
The syntax is called
Class name. This is the class name, object, new class name. Object creation. Okay. Now obj dot add, I can able to access. If you want to access methods like this, you can access. But what problem means what the constructor will do when you create an object up to this line? Create object up to this line, automatically our constructor will trigger. Constructor means I will explain how the constructor name, what the constructor properties and all. Actually constructor it will have default name with class name. What you have class name? Same name. Just like okay. This is my class. Public class name. Open brackets. I have one method. One more public. What the constructor means? Constructor as class name. Same name. Okay. Just like class A. Open brackets and close brackets. But keep in mind, constructor don't have any return type. Okay. Return type don't have. That's why we are not at all mentioning any return type property here. Don't have return type constructors. Okay. This is a class completed. Normally method when it will trigger, when I call only it will trigger. But constructor when it will trigger, when you create object for this class, automatic constructor will kill. trigger. Trigger nothing but it will just like it will execute. Just like when I create class, I want to create object class A obj equal to new class A. When I create object, automatically it will trigger. One more thing. Next, if I want to trigger this object, just like obj dot add. This is the way to call a normal class. This one, our individual separate methods. Constructor no need to call individually; it will call automatically. Okay. What you understand means constructor when you create object for that class, automatically it will trigger. What is the meaning of that one? Actually, it will starting point of your class. I said no, class nothing but it is just like blueprint. Blueprint nothing but it will not do any operations. When you create this object only, automatically it will trigger. Thus, after creating object also, first point was constructor. Means first point was constructor. Why we need to use constructor means, see, suppose if you want to declare any properties, or you want to assign the data, or you want to initialize the variables, that and all we can do on constructor. Okay. You understood the constructor? See, suppose I didn't declare any constructor. Okay. Normally C# compiler automatically will create own constructor inside without creation also. That's the C# nature. Means it will automatically create own constructor. What is the use of own constructor? Means actually if I declare somewhere just like int A, int B, this and all variables, declaration, assignment and all will be there. That and all default constructor will take care. Okay. Same thing. If you not created also, if you created also, you can put the data inside the variables. Here so many different types of constructors is there. One more type, opposite to constructor is there, one more destructor. Destructor nothing but same class name, but same we need to use tilde symbol afterwards class A. Why destructor? Where destructor we need to use? Why destructor means just like, see, suppose I used any properties, means see, suppose sometimes I need to require, means I want some third-party tools I need to use, and I want to use some notepad or something, wordpad, something I need to use. That and all, here allocation happen, memory allocation, object creation, all that. I want to deallocate the properties. Deallocate means I need to release. See, suppose if you do any this one, normally in PC, if I open one wordpad, if I try to do in one folder I opened, if I go to another folder I try to delete it, so it's not possible to delete. Why? Because some other operation is going on, it is not possible to delete. Same way, if I used here, when I am using constructor time, I used my all properties here and here, all methods I use this and that. But in destructor, if I am not disabled, what it will do? All properties is using somebody. That's why destructor will take care of that and that. Okay. Normally destructor no need to create separately. Actually, C# compiler will take automatically. Some third-party tools only we need to deallocate, but this and all, this and all no need to deallocate. This is the main use of constructors. Now I will show you different types of constructor. This is the normal syntax. Class A, class sample A, open bracket, public sample A, open bracket, and close bracket. Okay, that's the default constructor. When a trigger, I will explain in just like your example. Just see this and all different constructors one by one. I will do. Default constructor. Default constructor means no parameters, just like the normal. Just see here small program. Using namespace, namespace declaration, open brackets and close bracket, class sample A. Under the sample A, again I created two variables, sample string, public string parameter 1 and parameter 2. Afterwards, public sample 1. Okay. Okay. I declare the two variables, string param1, param2. Afterwards, this called constructor. Same name with our class name, sample. Okay, this is the center. What I'm doing, I declare the variables outside, but I didn't assign the variable data. After what I'm doing, inside I'm assigning the data. Welcome and allinoneweb.net students. Okay, I assign the data. Now finally, this is up to one class, and next one more class started, class program and static void main, and here I created sample object. When I create object, automatically it will trigger. That time I will miss. I must have default. I didn't assign anything. After creation object, automatically data will assign to this one. Afterwards, what I'm doing, console.write obj.param1. Obj.param means I can access my params when I create object to my class. Automatically it will print welcome and ASP.NET students. Okay, this is the default constructor. Default constructor means no parameters. Parameter means input parameter. Next, one by one I will show you example, no problem. Next, this is the parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor means nothing but, see here, parameters you have x comma y. Same class name, sample, we have x and y. Okay, now see. Parameterized constructors, definitely you need to pass. When you create an object, how you created? Class would object name equal to new class name, open brackets and close brackets. But here, if you parameterize constructor, if you want to trigger, just like class name obj equal to new class name, open brackets, how many parameters you have in that constructor, that money you need to pass. Just I am passing welcome ASP.NET. It will go here, it will go to here, this and all it will assign here, it will assign here. Finally, my parameter 1 called welcome, parameter 2 called the students. Finally, output will be welcome to param1 parameter. This is a parameterized constructor. Sometimes why you need to use normal constructor, why you need to, what's the difference is, sometimes I need to direct hard code, just like I don't want to change the data. But in this case, what I want to pass the data, I can pass. See, suppose I passed here welcome ASP.NET storage. Sometimes I will pass welcome to red toy. Like this, based on that one I will pass. Based on my input, you can change here. But that one, it is standard. Like this scenario, based on our scenario, we can use. Okay. This is a parameterized constructor. Next, constructor overloading. What the meaning of overloading is? Normally, if you our real life will overload nothing but just like overloading. Suppose if you take any just like hours, overloading hours, or any vehicle overloading, nothing different. Here also some little bit same. See here, with the same name, we have different. Suppose here add is there. If I created one more method with same name, that's called overloading. But what is the scenario? Overloading concept is there. Next topic is over. When I am going to polymorphism, I will explain. But keep in mind what is the overloading nothing but. See, suppose I have return type int. My method name is add. It is accepting int a comma int b. Okay. One method. One more method I have int add same name. No changes. Int a comma int b. This time it will not accept. Why? Because means ambiguity will occur. Confusion means which one I need to call. If I try to call this one, it is also same syntax. It's not possible to call. That's why it is not possible. But if I use it here, string or float are different parameters. Not only sequence. Any sequence or a different format if you use. That concept is overloading. What means here add names are same, but when I calling time, if I pass 10 comma 20 means it will go to this method. If I pass 10 comma something a, it will pass this method. Based on calling parameters, it will automatically indicate to where this concept called overloading in C#. Here constructor overloading. Constructor nothing but what is the constructor? It is just like method. Here it will replace methods, but different types of parameters. Same topic here. See here, first method. This is the namespace. Afterwards, class sample. Afterwards, you can see public string parameter and param2. Next see public sample. This is a default constructor. Open brackets and close brackets completed. Next see one more constructor, public sample, open brackets and close bracket. I have parameters. This is called parameters constructor. Entire topic you can call as a overloading. This overloading nothing but you have same method name, one word, sample. But see here parameters not there. Okay, here is there, here parameters not there, here parameters there. Suppose sometimes I will give one more parameters, one more constructor, same copy here, one more same name but string x, string y, string z I will give, like this different methods. This are this type of topic we can miss concept we can call as a overloading. Okay, how to call this one now? Now we create a sample. Just like class A x comma y you create two constructor. How to call that constructor now? How to call this? When I create an object for class, just like class A equal to new class A, object name also given A, new class A. One more time I will create object like this, class A B equal to new class B. If I pass A comma B. If I call this first time, it will go to first class, means first constructor. It will, if I call I am passing parameter also, that time it will go to second constructor, parameterized constructor. That's the difference. Means when without passing any parameters, it will go to default constructor. If you pass in parameters, it will go to parameterized constructor. This entire topic call we can call as a overloading constructor. Okay. Based on what you call, that output will be. See here, first I call sample obj new sample. That time it will call first constructor. That's it will do. Second time, welcome to AS bracket. It is parameterized constructor. Output will be. Next, copy constructor. This is the same thing. Copy constructor means what is the meaning of copy? We are copying one data to one folder, just like one folder to one folder, one system to one system. That's the copy constructor. Means copy. Just like here, copy constructor means nothing but we created here one default constructor, just like string x, string y. Okay. Sorry, not default, parameterized constructor. We are declaring first public sample open bracket string x, string y, close and flower brackets. That's the one parameterized constructor. One more constructor, what I did, sample, one more constructor. Now see here, I am passing sample. What is the sample word? From class int. What I mean, that instead of parameters x and y, normal integer float, instead of that one, entirely this class itself I am sending to this one. Means what is meaning? Here, this is entirely I am passing here inside. No? Now come here, down. See here, first I created object, sample obj, new sample, welcome AS bracket. I created parameters, I created object for parameters constructor. Now my data in object. Okay, this object only I am passing into next constructor. When this object I am passing, which one will trigger? This copy constructor will trigger. Why? Because this is the class name was same. This class name I am passing to this one. What is the meaning of this? Entire constructor I am passing into one more constructor. This call we can call it copy constructor. What is the use of this one? Means, say suppose go to big projects and all. Assume it, I created one. Assume it one school and college. Means in our school, student and parent and like this different relationship. I have student data. That student data, my operations is done in first constructor, student constructor. After completion of task, same data with adding some extra bit I need to send to parent class. Means linking, say suppose parent, first student, parent, after something staff or mother, like this different bit. If you want to insert that type of data means first we are passing the data to parent first constructor. After second student, one more second parameter is constructed. Afterwards one more constructor. That data we reuse. This type of scenarios we can use. Okay, parameter just like copy constructor. Copy constructor nothing but one constructor we are passing into one more constructor. That's copy constructor. Okay. Next it is final. Usually what we saw so many yesterday we saw static. What is the static classes? Static also here static constructors. Next static classes is this, static constructors is this, static variables is this. What is the meaning of static? It is global level. Okay. Now static constructor. See here public string param1 param2. Afterwards static sample. It is one static constructor. Afterwards one more constructor sample. Okay. Now observe one thing. I already told what is the static constructor. Static constructor it will trigger only once time. If you call any number of times also. Nothing but static constructor is globally once. See here sample obj new sample. I create an object. When I create an object, it will trigger. Why? Because here no parameters, here also no parameter. But see here I kept static, it is public. Okay, only static only I added extra. Okay. When I create an object, automatically these two methods will trigger. Okay, trigger completed. What it will print? It will print static constructor. It will print sample instance. Instant constructor. That's printed successfully. Now see here one more time up to this is the object creation. Here printing purpose I create console separately. Next sample obj one I created. One more object I created class. What need to happen normally? Again static constructor need to trigger, this one need to trigger. But what will happen? Out will be it will not trigger two times static constructor. If you call any number of times also static constructor will trigger only once. Okay, see here static constructor trigger only once. Sample instant constructor will trigger two times. Means created one more object also it will trigger only. It will not trigger static constructor. Only object constructors only will trigger. Okay. These are some static constructor use. Okay. Next private. Private. Normally public or we given public. This is the private. Just like we are keeping private constructor. Private constructor will declaring static this is the static constructor with the parameters. This is the private constructor. Just come and see. What is the private use? It is not accessible to outside. Okay. What is the use of private constructor means? Suppose I don't want to give opportunity to create object outside. Means I don't want to give object creation for outside classes. That time we can use private construction. Private construction nothing but is not accessible outside. See here, see real time scenario. I have this is the namespaces static class. I declare two variables sample string A, string B. This is the parameterized constructor. Okay. Next, this is the parameterless constructor and I given private. Private nothing but it will not accessible outside. Keep in mind. Okay. Now I given private constructor with no parameters. Okay, complete. Now I want to call this one means how I can call that method. Sample obj equal to new sample open brackets two parameters. If you pass, it will trigger. If I want to trigger this one, normal how I need to trigger normal constructor. Leave it private. Normal constructor just like sample obj equal to new sample. It will trigger. But this is a private constructor. No, that's why when you create normal, it's not possible to create that. Why? Because private constructor you cannot access outside. Only I am able to access sample obj new sample. These two parameters is passing to this one. I am able to access this one. I am not able to access this one. Means what is the where we need to use this? Suppose we want to avoid the creation of one class object, we will use Actually, this process singleton actually design patterns is there. These design patterns who are having more than 5 years and are can use it. Design pattern means how you design the architecture, what are the classes, properties, and big projects and all design patterns will be useful. That time this private constructor will use. Okay. This output was only presently welcome to A star. It is not calling private constructor. Okay. This is the destructor. Destructor nothing but same thing. Like this we can call finally. This is the destructor example. Destructor nothing but just like deallocation of all memory. That class what we create object memory allocation that one we can use destructor. Actually no need to call destructor, automatically C# compiler will take care of object allocation and deallocation. Okay. Okay, now I will do one by one. You understood now all topics? Actually this example I already uploaded. Actually this go through one by one. These are the different examples. Actually yesterday I think so something palindrome and palindrome. Palindrome nothing but if you see this side also same, just like what are the palindrome numbers 11, 120 means 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, again triple 121, 131, 141, 151. If you see like this also same, that are palindrome numbers. Some example code I given, just go through. And also this are also palindrome other test. Actually one more guy is something in Java. Actually he wants to print just like all numbers are similar, just like 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, 111, 222, 333, 444, like this you want. That's purpose I created one more program. Just go through. These are the some even some every week I will add some extra program. Just go through one by one. Okay. That's some interview written test examples. That if you do any like this small interview process they will ask. I'm gathering and I'll keep it there. Okay. Now constructors. See here two examples is there. I am dividing with that comment. Okay, if you want to execute one by one comment it, one uncomment it. See here two, here first example. This was upside. Upwards down one more example is there. Whichever you want to execute, just do it. Okay, your way. Now see here I have some namespaces. Afterwards my namespace sample class. Afterwards two parameters I declared. Afterwards public sample I assign the values. Okay, next this is a constructor. Now when I create object, automatically it will trigger. See, I am keeping breakpoint here, main program, as well as in constructor also I am keeping. Okay, now clear. Just I am starting that class construct program. Okay, this came to first main program. Next F11. See, automatically it went to constructor. When you create object, automatically object line it is came to constructor. What is the means? When you create object, automatically it will trigger the constructor. Now first default check it the values. Param is null, param 2 also null. Okay. Now check it. We assign the value. Now data is went to param 1 and param 2. Constructor execution completed. I came to out of constructor, out of object. Now this is the OBJ. Already OBJ object I created. Object nothing but I can access class entry. Now I can able to access param 1 and param 2. It's printed output. Okay, same thing. You understand this example? Next, one more. See here I have class ABC, okay, employee ID, salary and name, salary, name and job. I declare the variable and as well as assign the data. Okay, now get data. Get data is my one mark method. Okay, what I'm doing, just like I'm retrieving the data, I'm assigning to the data and I'm printing the data. Next, ABC. What is my class name? ABC. Here public ABC, nothing but it is a constructor. What I'm doing, again I am printing here. Now I created an object and get data. What you need to observe here, when you create an object, actually two methods is there. One is taking data and printing the data, that is one method. Constructor just printing the data. What observe? Just see, I am putting breakpoint. First came to main method. Next, when I create an object, automatically will go to first the parameters, assigning. Afterwards it came to constructor. What I am doing in constructor, just values, printing out of I key. Now you go and check your window is printed something data. Before I already assigned the data when I declare the variables. Came to, now it is going to get data. It's asking please enter